Hello everyone, today we are going to review the Kenai Fjords Natural Park workbook. Basically, this workbook helps us to document and display how many visitors go to the park on a monthly basis, and in that way we can interpret and see which are the peak months, which are the slowest months, and also plan accordingly. We can probably put in place conservancy projects that could prevent any type of deforestation or just help us protect the park. So here we have the main tab, which is just the documentation tab. It has the natural park name, the author, in this case my name, the date, and just a summary of the purpose. In this case, they are just saying is to document and display the usage of the Kenai Fjords Visitor Center. So it's just very simple. There isn't much here. If we move to the third tab, which is the park usage data, this is the data that was provided to us. So here again we have a title and a date range. So it's all the data is for 2013. And then we have just the number of visitors by month for each, I imagine, each attraction. Based on this data, basically what I did is I created a 3D column chart. So basically I follow the instructions provided in the Excel book, and I highlighted, I believe it was B3 through D15, and went to the chart ribbon and inserted a 3D column, which for me will be just the 3D column here. I selected that, and I pretty much save or move that embedded chart to a separate tab, which I call the monthly visits. And this is kind of like the end result of the changes I made. You can see we have here the national park name and the year that the data is from. You have the range of monthly visitors. It goes from 0 to 60,000 in 10,000 intervals. Then we have the 12 months of the year. And just by looking at that, we can quickly see that the busiest time for the park is around the beginning or the end of the springtime through the beginning of fall or the very end of summer. And it seems like, based on this chart, that the most attraction is the exit glacier. Okay, besides that, we created a data table at the end so that people also can see, as they see the images, they can also refer to the data that was used to create the chart. I find this particularly helpful in the sense that if I just want to see, for example, what happened in July, we have such a huge spike, almost 60,000 visitors for the exit glacier, and then we can see here the data. We have 55,691 visitors using that month for that particular attraction. And it seems to be like the most important month for the park in terms of visitors, and in that sense might also be the month in which the park could get affected the most in terms of environment and conservancy. So this data could allow or help the management team to come up with projects or plans to help prevent help protect the park in general, and maybe develop programs that could conserve the park throughout the year. Particularly those projects could be put in place in the slowest seasons, which is winter time, beginning and ending of winter time. Additionally, I created a 3D chart pie, just showing the totals. And also you can see here, you see the totals per attraction. And I also find that very helpful in the sense that it gives you the overall view of how many visits you have total, and the total amount of visitors per attraction or per site in the national park. And lastly, I added the data bars to column B, to the data range B3 through C15. And for that I use the conditional formatting, adding the data bars to I used a solid fill, and then I managed the rule and created as you can see here, I set the highest value to 100,000. So that is what the bar represents. I particularly found this the data bar very helpful in the sense that if, let's say, you don't have the time to create a chart, it can give you like a quick display of the data. It can give you like a visual of the data right in the data tab, in the data sheet as well. I found that particularly helpful. I think it's something that I can add to many of the reports I create at work. And I also like, although we didn't use it for this particular project, I also liked the spark lines. I thought that was also very helpful in terms of having a quick visual of the data that is being analyzed or presented. But in general, I found all the charts I found very helpful. Particularly, I never had this the experience of like maybe changing the order or rearranging the values in this way. I also like the way you can use many different styles, and I also like the way of we added a data table at the end. I think this gives a more comprehensive presentation. So I really like this, and I find it very helpful and something that I will add to my job for sure. Thank you.